So this can be isolation. Be careful of that, Aries. I know you just came out of an isolated period, so be aware of not jumping back into that. So let's start at the beginning. Your main card here is the Ace of Wands. That's one of the God cards. You're back on your path, your karmic path. It does look like things are happening fast and furious for you. This is fire and motion, so you can handle that since that is what you are made up of, Aries. So it does look like some changes are in the mix. Things that you kind of put off for a while, now is the time for action. So whether it's cleaning out that closet, having that conversation with someone, but making those changes, it's inevitable, it's here, it's time to put a little action behind all those thoughts that you've had. Okay, so what crosses you, Aries, is the Three of Wands. So it looks like you have to build some of your patience a little bit. It looks like you've been a little impatient. Could be even, you know, I see this stomping of feet kind of stuff, but it's time to wait a little bit, clean up what you can clean up. That is your responsibility, but it does look like you're waiting for some either initiation from someone. It could be, you know, within a relationship, it could be within workspace or home space, but it does look like waiting a little bit, floating a little bit, and you'll know when it's the right time to make the big changes. But it does look like you have little bits of stuff to clean up. Some action is in order before you take that big jump. So wait it out for a little bit. The moon is here. This is a higher echelon card as well. This is taking things from the inside, projecting them to the outside. So it does look like you've been thinking about doing a lot of different things for quite some time. Now it's time to put a little bit of that action behind it. So this could be your creative essence. This could be what you've been worried about. You know, it could be problematic or it could be positive, but whatever it is, it needs to come from the inside and come to the out. So it may be an important conversation about making some changes within your relationship space, within your job, asking for a raise, even looking for a new job. But it does feel like some of this communication may be a little tumultuous, a little argumentative. So stay in your integrity. Remember the goal and speak with love and kindness. But it does look like it's time to take some of those great thoughts, ideas, and your passions and put them into the physical realm so the moon is our internal side. So it does feel like a little bit of overthinking was happening and not enough action. So start that action a little bit, light that fire. All right, what has just happened is the Seven of Swords, and this is kind of one of protection and one of fear. So you may have been running from a fear or an ego space over the last couple of months, or living in that fear instead of switching it to the love and the faith-based. But with all this, fear has brought up a lot of opportunities to heal things from the past, whether they are within partnership or whether they are friendship. But it does look like you had a whole lot of fears about survival, and that was just in the recent past. So see if you can switch from the fear-based to the love-based emotions and way of thinking. But it does look like, even though you were fearful of a lot of the changes that were inevitable to happen, that you've been able to heal yourself. So walking through that fear, trying those activities that you're a little fearful of, whether it's looking for a job, whether it's starting a relationship, leaving a relationship. It does look like you've been holding on to a lot of your fears, but now you're ready to heal yourself and to really fly into your freedom, into your greatness. There's still a lot of question marks on how that looks, but you just need to take one step into your future to start the domino theory, really, to start things moving. So it does require taking things from the head space into the physical space. Five of Wands, it does feel like a little tumultuous, maybe a little argumentative. So this may be what you've been avoiding and holding things inside of you, but that will only create dis-ease in your body. So if it can't come out, it will come out in other ways. And usually we create some kind of cold or dis-ease, even mental dis-ease, if we hold it inside of us. So it does look like the communication you've been avoiding for a while needs to happen. It may be a little argumentative, but you keep your words with love and kindness and don't engage in the negative. And then there will be resolution. It does look like there's some sorrow around this change. It may be releasing a relationship or releasing a behavior, releasing a friendship, kicking a kid out of the nest that's not doing their part, just playing video games all day and they're 25. Time to kick them out of the nest. So it does feel like with the Nine of Swords here, there is some sorrow around this. It does look like it's invading your mental space. It does look like it is causing some inability to sleep or have nightmares. It does look like it is causing some distress through your creature comforts. So maybe upset stomach, headache. So if you can bring this from the outside and talk about it to, into the physical, that would help your stomach, help you sleep and all that. But this conversation has to happen in order for you to make those changes. But yeah, it does look like it is creating some sort of sorrow. And it may be a breakup from the past or a friendship that was betrayed, but it does feel like some sorrow involved in releasing a friendship, relationship, marriage, something like that. And it may be just leftover feelings from a breakup from the past. The Page of Wands is here. If the basis and wands are messages, pages are what messages. Wands are usually action of some kind. This feels like a very important message concerning your current situation. So you may get an email, a physical letter, a phone message, something like that. So pay attention to your communication modes. Check them a little bit more often, but it does feel like an important message concerning your situation. Could be work related or a social situation. It is on the line of this, so it may be surrounding the situation that you are trying to change. What is in the next position is the Queen of Swords. She makes things happen. She's very intellectual. She has great ideas. It is right along the line of this. So this may be asking for some advice, or you may be in need of some clarity. It could be even legal in nature, but it does feel like you are asking someone that has walked through this experience, and it's most likely an air sign. That's an Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. So it does feel like she is gifting you with some advice and helping you with clarity. The sword here, not only is it intellect, but it's for clarity. So it does look like you need to fact gather a little bit to get more clarity on moving forward in whatever this situation is. The Knight of Swords is here, also a clarity card, also an intellect card. Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. If it is a person, it doesn't feel like a person. It does feel like forward motion. The Knights embrace motion and change. They jump into what is kind of the devil's nest a little bit. And so it does look like it's time for you to take that leap of faith, start the motion, sign the paper, whatever needs to be done to get that motion going. But it does look like you've been stagnated in this kind of limbo space and feeling all sorts of feels. So it's time to let that Knight kick you in the butt and move that energy out. Make a step, just one step into your future, and the rest will be a little bit clearer for you. But it does look like gathering some communication to start some motion in either dissolution of an agreement or creating a new agreement. Nine of Cups is here. This is emotions. So this also can stand for inheritance. It can also stand for, cleaning up something that you inherited. But it does feel like almost gathering or holding on to stuff that isn't necessary. So it's time for you to release some of these things. It could be things you inherited. It could be emotions that you inherited, but something needs to switch. And it does feel like simplifying your life a little bit would really help you move this energy. So clean out those closets, emotional or physical. If you've been walking past a box in the garage that you haven't used in years, get rid of it. It's time to get rid of the superfluous things that just gather dust and collect and kind of hold you down and does not promote motion. It's really hard to walk the path when you've got other people's crud on your shoulders and you're trying to deal with it, or you're ignoring it. So just get rid of it, clean it out, and it will help to relieve some of the frustration and some of the things you're carrying inside of you that are kind of triggered by some of these objects. So to the left of that is the Six of Pentacles. This is kind of getting your finances in order. You may be just got a new job or a job offer or looking for a job, so you can clean up some of these finances. It does feel like you're coming to the end of a cycle of either a bill that you've been paying for years. So it is coming to an end, kind of that poor church mouse stuff. It does look like you are creating some way to create more revenue, more finances, whether it's with your art, whether it's speaking engagements, but it does look like you are revising either how you make money or how it's going out. And something is coming to an end. So that could be a bill or even someone that has been paying your bills, and that is coming to an end. So it does look like there's a bit of urgency of getting your finances in order. To the right of here for clarity is also the Four of Pentacles. And the Four of Pentacles can be a little bit of a hibernation card. So don't stick your head in the sand. If you know you have a bill coming up and you can't pay it, please pick up the phone and communicate. So it does look like hiding a bit, putting things on hold that really require your attention right now. Don't disrupt the forward motion that you've worked really hard to embrace last month. I know hiding was in there as well. So this is just like a little temptation. So be strong and walk through your old negative patterns. Don't embrace them again if you get triggered. And it does look like money triggers you and makes you go in and hide into your internal cave. That's not going to solve anything. What is going to solve things is the motion and facing things head on, not hiding anymore. All right, Aries. That is your reading for September. If you like what you heard, please like, share, and subscribe. I can be reached at mysticmessenger.net. I am on Facebook as well if you'd like a personal reading. I'm going to throw a couple of these chakra cards. Let's see what's out there. Completion. Okay, it's time to complete something that's been being avoided. It's time to say the goodbyes. It's time to sign the paperwork. It's time to move the furniture. It's time to get rid of the things that are no longer working for you in your life, from, boxes that you walk by to relationships that aren't working, or behaviors, addictions. It's time to stop. The facade. Look at things at how they truly are, not how you wish them to be. It does not serve you. It does not serve the situation to draw it out any longer or to pretend that it's something that it isn't. It does look like you are presenting to the world one thing and another thing is happening. So make sure your interior world aligns with your exterior.